It's the 2007 Mid-Continent League Basketball Championships at Gross Memorial Coliseum in Hays, Kansas. Brought to you by Rural Telephone and Nextech. Now with all the action, here's Neil Metzler and Steve Hers.
And welcome, everybody, to Gross Memorial Coliseum for tonight's MCL Championship matchups on Nextech Cable Television. I'm Neil Metzler, joined by Steve Hers. And, Steve, we got a little bit delayed on this one this year, didn't we?
We certainly did. Mother Nature was the winner Saturday night, but we've got the teams back. That ought to be a great night of competition.
We're definitely looking forward to it. Stick around for the pregame show right here on Nextech Cable Television.
With Nextech Pay-Per-View, you can watch the latest movies from the comfort of your own home. You won't have to hassle with traveling to the video rental store or buying expensive movie tickets. It's quick and it's easy. Just pick up your remote and order the movie you want to watch. Plus, most Nextech Pay-Per-View movies are only $3.99. That's less than the cost of a movie theater ticket. There's something for everyone. To see what's on Nextech Pay-Per-View this month, visit next-tech.com/movies or call your nearest Nextech or rural telephone office today.
And welcome back to Gross Memorial Coliseum. Neil Metzler along with Steve Hers for MCL Championship Basketball. And tonight's matchup for the Men's Championship for 2007 features the Norton Blue Jays and the Smith Center Redmen.
And the Redmen coming in with a 9-3 record. The Blue Jays 7-2 on the season. And the Redmen really had to fight their way through the bracket to get here. They only came in with the number 5 seed into the tournament. Defeated Waukegan on the road in the first round in overtime, 52-48 to advance into the semifinals, where they beat Hill City on Friday night, 46-36, to earn a spot here in the league tournament championship contest. The Blue Jays came in as the number 2 seed, dismantled Stockton in the opening round, 65-49, defeated Osborne in the semis on Friday, 54-34, come in with a 7-2 record. Smith Center looking for their first Mid-Continent League tournament crown in a while. Since 1992, the Blue Jays had a nice streak of 5 or 6 straight tournament championships dating back to 99 through 04, but they've been winless as far as the tournament championships from that time, and would like to get back onto the winning side of that tournament bracket.
Smith Center, typically your football town, and looking to continue that excellence over to the basketball court tonight, as your championship game between the Norton Blue Jays and the Smith Center Redmen are right around the corner here on Nextech Cable Television. You're watching MCL Championship Basketball on Nextech Cable TV.
McGruff! Come in, McGruff!
Hotline, McGruff here.
We got trouble! Wendell's getting picked on! Come on! Give it!
Here's what you do. Step 1, walk over to Wendell. Step 2, put your arm around him.
But I barely know.
That's okay. Now, step 3, walk away together.
Let's go.
Don't take on a bully. Take off with your friends. And remember, friendship beats bullies every time. For more information, go to McGruff.org.
And welcome back to Gross Memorial Coliseum for this MCL 2007 championship game between the Norton Blue Jays and the Smith Center Redmen. We will join in with the PA announcer here for the starting lineups. And there we go with our starting lineups between the Norton Blue Jays and the Smith Center Redmen as we get ready to tip off the 2007 MCL Championship Boys game on Nextech Cable Television.
Both teams will look to get in your face defensively. They really like to be active in a half-court man. like to get the ball inside. A couple of big guys for Smith Center, Jared Maccabee, 6'5 junior, and Braden Wilson, a 6'4 junior. They really like to pound it inside. They both average in double figures on the season. The Blue Jays also like to work an inside game. They've got a couple of good ones inside. Nick Lewis and Wes Jorgensen averaging in double figures as well. So look for both teams to try to pound it inside tonight.
These two ball clubs will face off with each other again next Tuesday in Smith Center. So a chance for them to get comfortable with each other before that. Here's the tip. Smith Center comes away with the basketball. This wind shuffle with it, right side, back up top of the key. Hard pass over to the left side off the hands of Jarrett Hayes, out of bounds. First turnover favors the Norton Blue Jays.
Blue Jays coached by 15th year head coach Doug Rusink, Matt Maxwell in his 6th year at the helm of the Smith Center Redmen.
Logan Katz back up to Wes Jorgensen, top of the key. There's a shot, it's up and no good. Smith Center pushes up the floor, foul away from the basketball there. Actually, a little contact on the drive there. First personal foul on Jared Engelbert, 6-foot senior, first team foul. 7.5 left here in the first period. We are scoreless at Gross Memorial Coliseum between the Blue Jays and the Redmen in the 2007 MCL Championship game. Nice little dish inside, spin around move, it's up. Maybe a little piece of it taken away there. Ball rolls out of bounds, and Norton basketball.
There, the Redmen did get it inside to Braden Wilson, but good interior defense by the Blue Jays forced the turnover on the missed shot.
Logan Katz will push the ball up the floor for the Blue Jays here. He'll kick it over left side, Jared Engelbert. Nicholas, nice dish inside, Wes Jorgensen.
Good entry pass that time from Logan Katz, and the Blue Jays convert.
2-0, just under 7 minutes left in the first period. Norton leads. There's Smith Center driving in. Joe Windshuffle kicks over left side. Jump shot up and no good. Up high for the rebound is Nick Lewis. Outlet to Katz and carries the basketball. Got a little creative with the dribble there and turns the basketball over to Smith Center. Smith Center, pretty physical basketball team here. They try to dish it inside to Maccabee. Make sure I don't hammer any names tonight. So
Smith Center playing without what would have been their starting point guard, Kirby Rice, who injured a torn ACL in the football season. He's out for the basketball season.
Nice little feed and move to the basket for Maccabee. He scores his first 2 points of the night. And we have a tied ball game, 2 apiece, 6:20 left in the first period. Quick ball movement. Nice little pump fake up to the basket.
Once again, Katz with a nice entry pass inside to Jorgensen, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Quick passes there for Norton. Very quick passes around the perimeter. Jorgensen, his first free throw on the way. Up and no good. Score remains 2 apiece with 6:11 left in the first period.
Jorgensen, an 87% free throw shooter coming into the night, that leads the team in that category.
And so he makes up for it by hitting his second free throw there. Second attempt. And the lead is now 3-2 Norton. 6 minutes left in the first period. Little turnaround move. That is up with the left hand and good for Wilson for Smith Center. "4-3 your score. Smith Center leads. Driving to the hoop. Off the glass. Up and no good. Down with the rebound. Braden Wilson, but as he falls down, the ball rolls out of bounds. It stays with Norton. Almost stolen away there by Tate Arnold. Norton comes up with the loose ball. Juneman. Go left side to Engelbert.
Engelbert, the leading outside perimeter shooting threat for the Blue Jays. He's put up 67 threes on the season coming into the ball game, converting 34% of those. So he's somebody I'm sure Smith Center will want to keep an eye on out beyond the arc.
Norton off the inbounds. The three-point shot is up and good for Jared Engelbert.
Well, we introduced him properly, didn't we?
You talk and he shows up. 6-4 your score. Norton leads. 5:11 left in the first period. Long-range shot up for Smith Center is up and no good for Windshuffle. Norton rebound. Up the floor in a hurry. Brian Juneman kind of tied up right there between him and Jared Hayes. Ball goes out of bounds off of Hayes. 2 team fouls apiece so far here in the first period. Nick Lewis inbounds. Logan Katz.
Maccabee and Lewis really having a good go of it down inside the lane, trying to deny position.
A little bit of patience here on the part of Norton. We'll drive inside Engelbert. Kicks it back out to Juneman, who travels with the basketball as he tries to make a move around his defender.
Second Blue Jay turnover on the evening. Only one so far for Smith Center. Pretty cleanly played floor game for both teams.
4.5 left in the first period. Norton leads 6-4 early on here in the MCL championship game from Gross Memorial Coliseum on Next Tech Cable TV. Smith Center dishes it inside. Left-handed shot is up and good. Jared Wilson, 4 points on the night for him. He ties it up, 6 apiece, 4 left in the first period. Norton attacks right away. Nice dish inside from the right side, underneath and off the glass.
Wes Jorgensen with the 2-point pass after another, or shot after another nice entry pass from the perimeter.
Norton regains the lead, 8-6, 3:49 left in the first. Skip pass and a drive in. One-handed shot for Jared Hayes is up and good. His first points on the night. Ties it back up. Katz looks inside. He'll drive. He'll pop the shot. It's up and no good. Smith Center rebound. Jared Hayes. He's had a couple big three-point shots the other night as Smith Center rallied to beat the Hill City Ringnecks, top-seeded team in the MCL. Stolen away. Logan Katz reads that pass. Down the floor to Juneman. Drives inside. It's up and no good.
Nick Lewis with a rebound, but we're going to have a whistle on the foul. I think the Redmen got a piece of Nick Lewis, and he will go to the line.
First foul on Braden Wilson. Team's third for Smith Center. Foul was on the floor. Logan Katz will inbounds underneath his own basket.
Blake Wolf checks into the lineup for Nick Lewis now as the Blue Jays get some substitutions. Also Jared Cox into the ball game for Juneman.
Dish inside to Wolf, who just checked in. He goes up for the shot. It's up and short. Maccabee brings it down the floor for the Redmen. He sees a lane. He kind of pulls up there. He may be frustrated with himself for picking up his dribble there. He'll kick it back out, and Hayes will set up the offense for Smith Center.
Brayton Gillen in the ball game now for Smith Center as we have a foul at the top of the circle.
Looks like it should be a blocking foul against Wes Jorgensen. First foul on the 6'3 junior for Norton. Smith Center tries to feed it inside in the low post to Braden Wilson. Ball is knocked away, but it stays with Smith Center there. Another dish inside, a left-hand shot.
And we're going to have an offensive foul, I believe, on Braden Wilson, who went strong to his right. And right there, Logan Katz there to take the charge.
Been a pretty physical ball game so far. Not a whole lot of running yet. A lot of half-court offense and a lot of body bumping down low. 8-8, 2.5 left here in the first period.
Lewis checks back into the ball game as Wes Jorgensen will take a breather.
Logan Katz up the right sideline there. Smith Center almost tries to double team him. Blake Wolf up to Katz. He'll drive in. Back out to Wolf. Thanks for the shot. Nothing there. Norton really trying to attack the lane here. Driving baseline. Up for the shot is Jared Cox.
Based on the stats through the first part of the season, Smith Center's a team that gets out of the gate in pretty good fashion. They outscore their opponents pretty handily in the first and second quarters, more even in the third and fourth. The Blue Jays are a second-half ball club. We'll see how that plays out tonight.
Long-range jumper is up and no good for Nick Lewis. Smith Center comes down with the board. And here's a 12-footer up and no good. Katz with the board. Oh, tries to find a wide-open Wolf down the floor. Pass has a little bit too much juice on it, goes out of bounds.
95-yard court and a 98-yard pass, or 98-foot pass.
Smith Center basketball. Score is tied up 8 apiece. 1.5 left here in the first period. Spotting up for three, Wincheffel. It's up and good. Huge shot for Wincheffel.
They don't shoot a lot of threes. That's only about 36 or so on the season for Wincheffel on the season, but boy, he nailed that one beautifully.
Norton basketball down by 3. Little fade away is up and no good there for Logan Katz. Travel with the basketball on Maccabee. Hasn't been the biggest finesse game, really.
No, a lot of good defense. Both teams are very physical inside, trying to pound it inside, drive it inside, hit the boards, and there'll be some bruises after this one.
11-8 your score, just under 1 minute left here in the first period. Norton tries to feed it inside. Nick Lewis loses a handle on the basketball. Smith Center pulls away the turnover. Right down the floor, here's Jared Hayes.
Maybe a little bit out of control that time for Hayes as he loses the ball and the Blue Jays come back in offense.
Juneman looked like he wanted to take that 3 there at first, but tried to drive the baseline. Substitution in for Smith Center. Drew Joy will give Tate Arnold a break here. Logan Katz with the inbounds. Juneman, here's Katz back with the basketball. He travels with it as he tries to drive the paint there.
Turnovers even up at 5 apiece. A little bit sloppy here the opening or closing minutes of the first quarter.
34.9 seconds left here in the first period. 11-8 is your score. Smith Center leads by 3. Neither team really taking control yet. Hayes tries to dish it inside. It's stolen away from Norton. Stolen away by Norton. 12 seconds. 11, 10. Norton has 8 seconds to work with here. Katz looks here. 5, 4. Tries to dish it in to Blake Wolf. Off his hands, out of bounds. Smith Center will have the basketball up by 3 with 3.9 seconds left here. 2, 1. There's Wincheffel. Long range 3. It's up and no good. Off the back of the rim, and we head towards the end of the first period here. Your score in the MCL championship game for 2007 between the boys: Smith Center 11, Norton 8. You're watching MCL championship basketball on Next Tech Cable Television.
With Next Tech Pay-Per-View, you can watch the latest movies from the comfort of your own home. You won't have to hassle with traveling to the video rental store or buying expensive movie tickets. It's quick and it's easy. Just pick up your remote and order the movie you want to watch. Plus, most Next Tech Pay-Per-View movies are only $3.99. That's less than the cost of a movie theater ticket. There's something for everyone. To see what's on Next Tech Pay-Per-View this month, visit next-tech.com/movies or call your nearest Next Tech or rural telephone office today.
Gross Memorial Coliseum, Next Tech Cable Television. Neil Metzler along with Steve Hers, and we're proud to bring you this matchup between the Smith Center Redmen and the Norton Blue Jays. 11-8 is your score. Smith Center leads after 1 period of play. Norton with the basketball out of the break. And another travel call right there.
Juneman just pulled the pivot foot a little bit. 7th turnover on the Blue Jays on the night. 6 for the Smith Center Redmen.
It is Smith Center basketball. 7.5 left in the first half. They lead 11-8. They feed inside to Mockabee. Nice dish. Tate Arnold. He comes up with 2 points there, his first 2 points on the night. And Smith Center pushes it to a 5-point lead, 13-8.
Biggest lead for either team in the contest here in the first half.
Quick shot is up and no good and out of bounds for Logan Katz. Only 2 players on the scoring sheet for Norton in the first period. Engelbert with that early 3 and 5 points for Jorgensen. Smith Center with 2 points for Hayes, 4 for Wilson, 3 for Wincheffel, 2 for Mockabee. And Arnold pitching in 2 here early in the second period. Losing a handle on the basketball is Mockabee down below there.
Nick Lewis came into the game averaging nearly 15 a game, so Smith Center doing a great job defensively shutting him down.
Norton basketball down by 5. 13-8, 6.5 left in the first half. Engelbert dishes it inside. And a nice little aim by Nick Lewis. His first 2 points on the night. Draws it to within 3. Smith Center to fit inside. Brayton Glenn. Norton steals it away.
Nice steal by Juneman defensively for the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays down by 3. Logan Katz over to Nick Lewis. Driving to the hole, drawing the foul.
Is it Wincheffel or Mockabee?
Take your pick.
They were both in the vicinity. I think it was Wincheffel.
Second personal foul on Wincheffel. 17 fouls now on Smith Center. Only 3 team fouls for Norton. 13-10, Smith Center leads. Couple substitutions for the Redmen.
Lewis, a 53% free throw shooter on the season. Misses the first one.
This one is up and good. 3 points on the night now for Lewis. 13-11 is your score. Smith Center leads by 2. 5:57 left in the first half. Wincheffel drives. Nice little dish over to the left side to Jared Cox. Trying to save the ball when it goes out of bounds.
I think they're going to call a foul. Foul on Logan Katz of the Blue Jays, their 4th team foul.
13-11, Smith Center leads. 5:49 left in the first half here. Wincheffel over right side. Tate Arnold dishes it back to Wincheffel. Trying to find Braden Wilson inside. Hayes with the off-mark shot from three-point land. Norton with the rebound.
Hayes hit a couple big ones in that semifinal win over Hill City that really closed the deal on the Ringnecks in the semifinal contest.
This is Nick Lewis doing a little spin-around move. Looks like he'll draw a foul off of Wincheffel maybe. That's the 3rd personal on Wincheffel, and he probably might be taking a seat here as Brayton Gillen steps in front of the scorer's table. First free throw on the way and good for Lewis. Draws the Blue Jays to within 1. 13-12 your score. 5:25 left in the first half.
Wes Jorgensen has a seat for Doug Rusink's Blue Jays. Blake Wolf back into the lineup.
Here's the second free throw on the way and good for Lewis. 5 points on the night now for Lewis.
He's 3 out of 4 from the line.
Driving to the hoop. Shot is no good, but fouled on the way. Braden Wilson. We're tied up 13 apiece, 5:15 left in the first half. MCL Championship Basketball on Next Tech Cable Television. First free throw is on the way and good for Braden Wilson.
And that's Nick Lewis' second personal foul for the Blue Jays, and that could become a factor with 5:18 left in the first half.
And another quick shot for Wilson at the free throw line. 6 points on the night now for him. Pressure on the inbounds. Smith Center with the basketball.
Joy comes up with a nice steal for the Redmen.
Hayes out left side. Nice dish inside to Braden Wilson. Good pressure on the incoming pass by Nick Lewis. Forces it out of bounds. Smith Center basketball. 13-15 your score. Smith Center leads by 2 with 5 minutes left here in the first half. Kind of tied up there. Hayes gets rid of it. Oh, they had a wide open Brayton Gillen on the left side, but the pass a little wide for him. Just gets a couple fingers on the basketball before he goes out of bounds. Smith Center leads 15-13, just under 5 minutes left in the first half. Pretty slow-paced basketball game.
The Redmen showing a little token backcourt pressure here. They did create a turnover. Now they try to trap past the midcourt line. And a turnover.
Yeah, that's a few of those for the Norton Blue Jays so far tonight, up towards the top of the key. Turnover on the case of the ball handler. That time, Wes Jorgensen. Smith Center a chance to extend their lead here from 2. Hayes to Wilson. Wilson drives it with the left hand off the glass. It's up and no good. Loose ball is tied up between Drew Joy and Blake Wolf. Possession arrow favors Smith Center this time. Long inbounds to Hayes. Quick ball movement. Wait and see who this fouls
Wes
on.
Jorgensen, I believe, called for the foul, and that's his second. So both he and Lewis, the 2 primary post players for the Blue Jays, each with 2 personals.
18 fouls for Smith Center, 6 for Norton, with 4:23 left here in the first half. And the left hand works for Braden Wilson. He has 2 more. 17-13, Smith Center extends their lead to 4 with 4:12 left here in the first half. Logan Katz. Left hand dribble, feeds it inside. Jared Engelbert. Back out to Katz. Norton definitely going to have to rely on that outside game, as they are outsized on the inside by Smith Center. Nice job of hustle there by the Blue Jays to maintain possession. Katz is tied up down there as he's double teamed.
And he got a timeout to save a 5-second call.
17-13 your score. Smith Center leads by 4 with 3:42 left here in the first half.
So far in this first half, the Redmen shooting it a little bit better than the Blue Jays. 7 out of 15 from the field. Perfect 2 for 2 from the foul line. The Blue Jays 4 out of 12, only 33% from the field. However, they're kind of staying in it at the free throw line, hitting 4 out of 6. Turnovers dead even, 9 apiece. So rebounding, a little bit of an advantage for Smith Center, 6 boards to 5.
Wilson leads all scorers on the floor. 8 points on the night so far for Wilson, for Smith Center. Out of the timeout, Norton basketball. Looking for an outlet there off some screens. 3.5 left here in the first half. Turnaround jumper is up and good for Wes Jorgensen. His first 2 points of the second period. 7 on the night now. The Smith Center lead is 2. 17-15, 3:20 left first half. Boy, Wilson knows how to use that left hand, and it pays off for him again as he adds another 2 points to his total. The lead remains 4 for Smith Center. Stolen away. Jared Hayes steals it down the floor. Drew Joy. Long range 3-point shot is up and no good. And a foul underneath the basket. Offensive foul will go against one of the Smith Center Redmen.
Braden Wilson picks up the personal, just his first. He'll have a seat and take a breather. Blake Wolf will go to the free throw line for the Blue Jays.
Wolf no points yet tonight. Chance to get into the scoring book. Doesn't happen there, but a long rebound and tip out is Norton basketball here. 19-15, Smith Center leads. 2:49 left in the first half. Drive inside, pop shot. Up off the back of the rim. It's up and no good. Smith Center rebound. Smith Center, great ball movement completely around the perimeter. Feeds it inside to Maccabee, who's been fairly quiet tonight. Norton steals away the basketball.
Tate Arnold doing a very good job covering up Jared Engelbert defensively, taking away that three-point threat. So you got to give him some props.
Driving inside, Logan Katz off the glass. It's up and no good. Offensive rebound. He gets another offensive board there, and this one is good.
One of the shortest guys on the floor. He was really hitting the boards there.
Good job of following the shot and getting in there for position. And really pressuring the low post there. Maccabee turns around, shot is off the glass, and it's no good. And that is going to send Jared Maccabee to the line, 6'5" junior. Smith Center lead is 2, 19-17, 1:53 left. Make it 20-17.
64% free throw shooter, nails that one.
3 points on the night for Maccabee. Second shot is on the way. It's up and good as well. Maccabee perfect on that trip. Pushes the Smith Center lead to 4, 21-17, 1:45 left in the first half. The class inside. Norton really looking for a shot to be created here. Katz double dribbles.
Makes Blake Wolf with the turnover for the Blue Jays, but very solid defense. All those cutters working off some screens. Smith Center doing a good job in the man-up defense.
21-17 your score. Smith Center leads. 1:20 left in the first half. 9 team fouls for Smith Center, 7 for Norton. Little skip pass over to Hayes. His shot is up and no good. Gillen almost came down with the board, but Norton ends up with the basketball. Some pressure on Katz as he brought it up the floor, breaks it. And he'll reform the offense from the just past the Tiger there. 49 seconds left, 21-17, Smith Center lead. Norton looking for something to be created here. They'll kick it out to Katz.
Preston Herman in the lineup for his first action on the night, posting up for the Blue Jays.
Katz high off the glass and good. Great shot by Katz. 23 seconds left, 21-19. Smith Center leads as they drive in. The offensive putback is up and no good, but Drew Joy will head to the line for 2 with 17 seconds left in the first half. His first free throw on the way and good.
Smith Center still perfect from the line on the night of 5 out of 5.
And second one short off the rim. Wincheffel with the rebound. Actually, Maccabee with the rebound. Wincheffel, one of their big guys on the bench with foul trouble early on in this ballgame. Maccabee drives inside. It's stripped away. Loose ball. He gets the little dish pass to him underneath the basket, and time expires. Kind of a crazy little sequence there. There's not a whole lot of control going on at that point, but Smith Center maintains a 3-point lead as we head to the half on Next Tech Cable Television. Smith Center leads 22-19 in the 2007 MCL Championship Boys game.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Gross Memorial Coliseum, the 2007 Boys MCL Championship on Next Tech Cable Television. Neil Metzler along with
Steve Hers.
And we're glad to bring you tonight's championship game between the Smith Center Redmen and the Norton Blue Jays. The score at the half, Smith Center leads 22-19. And pretty slow-paced ball game, pretty physical ball game. And not a whole lot of running yet in this ball game tonight.
Well, both teams really working hard on the defensive end and making it challenging for the other team to do what they really like to do, which is pound the ball inside. Smith Center's had some success with that. Braden Wilson's had some very good moments in the first half, really working effectively in the paint. Has that nice left-handed shot that's really hard to defend, and I think you don't see that very often either. A guy that really works to his left, and that can really throw you off defensively as well. The Blue Jays, on the other hand, really haven't been able to go inside to their two big guys, Nick Lewis and Wes Jorgensen, all that consistently. They've made some shots here and there, but credit Smith Center doing a good job of post defense to really limit Norton's opportunities in the paint.
Taking a look at individual scoring at the half, we'll start with Smith Center. They're led by Wilson, who leads all scorers with 10, followed by Maccabee with 4, 3 points for Wincheffel, 2 points apiece for Arnold and Hayes, and 1 for Joy. For the Norton Blue Jays, they are led in scoring by Jorgensen with 7 points. Lewis has 5, 4 points for Katz, and 3 for Engelbert. So Smith Center spreading the scoring out just a little bit more. But like you said earlier, Wilson, that's pretty impressive with that left-handed work that he's doing down there. Like I said, I don't think a lot of players are maybe used to that.
Yeah, and he's pretty tough to defend. He may only be 6'3", 6'4", but he plays a little longer than that, and very strong. Is able to create space for himself inside the lane, and really makes it difficult for a defender in the post. As far as the team stats here, Neil, looking quickly at the shooting, pretty even there. Norton shooting 39% on 7 out of 18 shooting. The Redmen 8 out of 22 for 36%. Rebounds dead even, 9 apiece. From the foul line, Norton converting 4 of 7, where Smith Center's 5 out of 6 for the first half. Turnovers, pretty even there, 11 turnovers for Norton, 10 turnovers for Smith Center. One thing to pay attention to in the second half, Norton's 2 primary post people, Wes Jorgensen and Nick Lewis, each with 2 personal fouls, so that's something that the Blue Jay bench is going to have to be a little bit concerned about. And I imagine Coach Matt Maxwell of the Redmen maybe talked about it at halftime, really pounded it inside to Wilson to try to see if they can get the Blue Jays in some more foul trouble.
22-19 is your score. Smith Center leads at the half. It is the 2007 MCL Championship game on Next Tech Cable Television. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
With Next Tech Pay-Per-View, you can watch the latest movies from the comfort of your own home. You won't have to hassle with traveling to the video rental store or buying expensive movie tickets. It's quick and it's easy. Just pick up your remote and order the movie you want to watch. Plus, most Next Tech Pay-Per-View movies are only $3.99. That's less than the cost of a movie theater ticket. There's something for everyone. To see what's on Next Tech Pay-Per-View this month, visit next-tech.com/movies or call your nearest Next Tech or rural telephone office today.
Next Tech Cable Television and the 2007 MCL Championship games from Gross Memorial Coliseum, where tonight at the half, Smith Center leads the Norton Blue Jays 22-19 as we get ready to head into the second half of play. And be interesting to see what kind of adjustments were made at the half here by both squads. Norton down by 3. Their only 2 losses this year so far were to Colby, 45-47 at the Goodland Tip-Off Classic, where they took 3rd, and then they also lost to Trigo on January 12th, 52-48.
And that's a loss they avenged about a week later or less than a week later in the first round of the tournament, Mid-Continent League tournament.
And a reminder, both of these squads will face off against each other next Tuesday, January 30th at Smith Center. But for now, it is the MCL Championship game, and the second half is underway with Norton out of the gates here. Long range three is up and good. Jared Engelbert comes out firing up.
And we're deadlocked, 22 apiece.
This is Smith Center basketball tied up down on the baseline. Norton will come away with the loose basketball.
Nice job of cutting that pass off on the entry and creating a turnover by the Blue Jay defense.
7:20 left now in the third, 22 apiece. Dish inside is tied up.
Wow, there's some strength there as Maccabee able to intercept that pass, and looked like Jorgensen was going to try to pull it away, but didn't get the job done.
Almost expected to see a jump ball there
yeah,
first.
A foul. That's about the last thing I expected. Looked like they both pretty well had possession.
That foul is against Jorgensen, and that is his third personal foul early on in the third period here.
Came on an unusual play.
Little pump fake, kick outside. Dish back in. Nothing there for Maccabee. Norton with the recovery of the turnover. Right down the floor, up for three again. Look at Engelbert step up and take over from three-point land. 25-22, Norton leads. 6:45 left in the third.
I think Coach Ruslik at halftime said, son, take that shot.
As long as he has the hot hand, you might want to get some more defense out there on him. Smith Center basketball. Left side, Hayes tries to answer. In out of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound. The spin around for Wilson. The putback is up and good, and count it.
He is tough in the lane. He's just a workhorse in there.
12 points now on the night for Wilson. So
and Jorgensen with his fourth foul and marked that down at the 6:25 mark in the third quarter. The Blue Jays really lost some interior post defense now.
Jorgensen has 7 points on the night. But right now, Wilson at the line. Misses his chance at the three-point conversion. Norton maintains a 1-point lead, 25-24, 6:19 left in the third period. Oh, Engelbert spots up for three again. This time it's off the mark. The foul on the rebound. Nick Lewis draws his third personal foul.
Wow, the foul's starting to pile up on the Blue Jays in the interior.
25-24. The Norton lead is 1. Just at 6 minutes left in the third period. Smith Center losing a handle on the basketball. Tate Arnold down on the far baseline.
Boy, look for Smith Center to really try to work it in and try to get Nick Lewis his fourth foul, and the Blue Jays would be in a world of hurt in their interior defense if that were the case.
When shuffle the inbounds a little high for Maccabee, but Hayes recovers. They eventually get it back to Maccabee. That is tied up again. Another turnover inside the paint for the Smith Center Redmen. Norton comes away with it. Engelbert back to Katz.
Well, Engelbert thought about it, didn't he?
He's certainly looking for that kind of shot. 25-24, Norton leads by 1, 5.5 left in the third period. Dish inside, spin around jumper is up and no good. The putback by Katz is no good, but that'll earn him a trip to the charity stripe for 2.
At 5'8", the young guy gets a lot of rebounds on the offensive end.
Good heads-up position on the part of Katz. First shot on the way. It's up and no good, and that was the fourth personal foul on Braden Wilson for Smith Center. And he'll have to take a seat on the bench with just 5.5 left in the third period.
It could be a battle of attrition in the post for both teams.
Katz' second shot on the way. He delivers this time. 5 points on the night now for Katz. Extends the lead to 26-22, 24 actually. Spotting up for three. It's up and good for Hayes. 27-26. Smith Center regains the lead by 1. Just about 5 minutes left in the third period. Dish inside a little hard. And a travel will be called on Brian Juneman. Made a little juke move there, picked up the foot.
13 turnovers for each team, so still very even in that category.
Smith Center basketball, they have 1 team foul so far in the second half. 3 team fouls on Norton. Smith Center tries to feed it inside.
Preston Herman heads to the scorer's table for the Blue Jays, and he'll check in here as the clock stopped and see who comes out. Nick Lewis, so...
Very slow-paced physical basketball game here at Gross Memorial tonight, the 2007 MCL Boys Championship game. Dish to Maccabee. Off the glass, it's up and no good. Had a nice little move to open himself in the paint there, but
just didn't finish. Good pass, good move. Shot just wouldn't fall for him.
Smith Center clinging on to a 1-point lead. 4.5 left in the third period. Norton around the perimeter. Engelbert looked for that 3. He drives to the lane, tries to kick it inside to Preston Herman.
And Tate Arnold picks up his second foul for the Redmen.
(27-26). Smith Center up by 1. 4:20 left in the third period. Norton feeds it inside, spin around, bounces around, gets the lucky roll.
Boy, Herman touched about every square inch of the rim on that shot. It bounced around, finally fell.
His first 2 points on the night. Norton lead is 1. 28-27, just about 4 left in the third period. Long range, wind shuffle. That's going to fall short. Air ball. Saved.
Nice. Drew Joy with a nice save for the Redmen.
And spotting up for 3, Jared Hayes delivers again with another 3-point shot. He has 8 on the night. And Smith Center back up to a 30-28 lead, and Norton throws the basketball away.
Little flurry of action there. Norton kind of got speeded up a little bit beyond where they're comfortable running, and just a little too much gas in the accelerator.
30-28, Smith Center leads by 2. 3:40 left in the third period. He'll feed it inside to Maccabee. Goes up for the shot. He draws the foul this time. Kind of like you mentioned, they've been forcing it inside to him, maybe trying to draw that contact in that foul. He finally gets a trip to the line here.
Preston Herman picks up his second personal for the Blue Jays as Maccabee heads to the line.
First shot on the way, it's up and no good. 4th team foul on Norton. Maccabee hits the second. 5 points on the night for Maccabee. 31-28, 3.5 left in the third. Norton down by 3. Engelbert Katz loses a handle on the basketball. Hayes out there to pressure him way outside. Herman, spin around, off the back of the rim, up and no good. Wind shuffle rebound, stolen away by Katz. He's going to take it all the way, and he gets the charge call. Good job of wind shuffle to set his feet there and just hang tight. Katz just bowled him over.
Blue Jay coach Doug Rusin calling for the timeout with 3:09 to go in the third period, and his team down 3.
5 team fouls on Norton at this point, 2 team fouls on Smith Center. Engelbert came out firing up to start off this third period with a pair of 3s. He has 9 points on the night now, but he's gone a little silent here. Maybe they've adjusted a little bit and not allowing him to have an open look at the basket from outside the arc.
I think the story at this point in the game, Neil, is fouls. Both teams struggling with some foul problems in their interior people, and it'll be interesting to see at what point each of these coaches decides to put their workhorses back in. Braden Wilson for the Redmen on the bench with 4 personals, and I think Jorgensen and Lewis both with 4 for Norton. Is that correct?
I do believe so. 31-28 is your score. Smith Center leads. 3:09 left in the third. proud to bring you this 2007 MCL Championship game on Next Tech Cable Television. Thanks for joining us.
Jared Cox in the lineup for the Blue Jays following the timeout.
Wincheffel, big guy, brings it up the floor. This is Hayes, left side. One of their main three-point shooters here. Wincheffel way outside there. Feeds it inside to Mockabee. Triple team. Back out to Wincheffel. Three-point shot is up. Air ball. Out of bounds. Norton basketball.
That time the Redmen ran a good patient offensive look and got a shot they liked, but off the mark by Wincheffel on the three-point attempt.
Norton with the basketball. 2.5 left, third period. They are down by 3, 31-28. Cats drives it all the way in. Off the glass with the putback is Preston Herman.
Nice offensive rebound that time by Herman, and Cats really got in there with some nice penetration, but the shot was a little bit wild.
Smith Center up by 1, 31-30. Ball is stolen away. Cats bounce pass up to the right side there. Haven't really attacked the post too much tonight. Mostly been a perimeter game for Norton.
Nice entry pass.
Great pass down to Preston Herman. He has 6 points, all of them coming in here in the third period. And Norton retakes the lead, 32-31, 1:45 left in the third period.
Beautiful pass by Cats on that entry to give Herman the opportunity at the bucket.
And timeout for head coach Matt Maxwell for Smith Center. 32-31. Norton, a 1 point lead here, 1:46 left in the third period. I want to thank all of our help tonight here on the camera crew, and also our technical director Jason Pearson. Ivan Sanders, our runner tonight, kind of making him go up and down the stairs quite a bit tonight. Steve Hers over here on color. Tell you what, since you're our runner, you ought to go over there and get our cameraman's names. I can't remember what they are.
Are we on or off?
We're on.
You guys watching 51 on Maccabee?
32-31. 1:46 left in the third period. Norton clings to a 1 point lead. MCL Championship basketball on Next Tech Cable Television. Earlier tonight, the Lady Railers defeating the Lady Bulldogs to repeat as the MCL champions. Congratulations to the Lady Railers from Ellis. Smith Center after the timeout. Ball movement, looking to maybe open up someone inside there. Hayes kicks it outside. Talking about a lot of patience here. They're going to drive inside. Here's Hayes. Drives baseline. Kicks it back out. Oh, open for three.
Tate Arnold doesn't draw iron. Good defense that time by the Blue Jays in the half court.
Almost a little off balance as he took that shot. 32-31. Norton with the basketball and a 1 point lead with 1 minute left in the third period. Ball is swatted out of bounds. Preston Herman went up for the shot. Five team fouls on Norton here in the second half. Only 2 team fouls on Smith Center. Logan Katz drives down. Little dish over to Wolf. Tries to make a move to the hoop. Fouled on the floor.
Wolf's a little on the small side to be playing in that post, only 6 foot, but he's kind of thrust into that role. Maybe a little ill-advised dribble there. It might have been better to use the head fake and just go up with it. But Blue Jays will inbound.
Brayton Gillen with the foul, his second personal. Norton will try it again here. They're up by 1 with 52 seconds left. And around the perimeter, top of the key, left side now. Not many cuts going on right now. There we go. A little bit more motion going on. 32-31, 30 seconds left, third period. Taking advantage of his defender who gambled.
And another offensive rebound by who else? Logan Katz.
He tries to throw it up. He goes off the bottom of the backboard. But away with the loose ball and drawing the foul, Jared Cox will head to the line for the Norton Blue Jays. Uh, 32-31 is your score. A chance to extend the lead here. Jared Cox at the line for the Blue Jays. First shot is up and good.
Logan Katz averages 3.3 rebounds a game, and I think he's had that many offensive rebounds in this contest, and maybe in this half.
It's the first point on the night for Cox. Second free throw on the way. Off the front of the rim, bounces off, no good. Rebound win shuffle for Smith Center. 32-31, 15 seconds left, third period. MCL championship game. A physical battle for first place tonight. And Shuffle loses a handle on it. 3, 2, 1. Off the glass and good as the buzzer goes. What a shot by Brayton Gillen. His first points on the night. 3 points for Gillen there, and that pushes Smith Center back up to a 1-point lead as we'll head to the fourth period of the MCL championship game here on Next Tech Cable Television. It is Smith Center 34, Norton 33. We'll be right back after this.
Hotline, McGruff here.
We got trouble. Wendell's getting picked on. Come on. Give it.
Here's what you do. Step 1, walk over to Wendell. Step 2, put your arm around him.
But I barely know him.
That's okay. Now, step 3, walk away together.
Let's go.
Don't take on a bully. Take off with your friends. And remember, friendship beats bullies every time. For more information, go to McGruff.org.
MCL championship game from Gross Memorial Coliseum in Hayes. Neil Metzler along with Steve Hers on color. Glad to have you on board as we hit the fourth period here. And off running for Smith Center, Braden Wilson. 14 points on the night for Wilson. Smith Center, 36-33 lead, 7:45 left in the ball game. Oh, wide open underneath the basket. That is Jorgensen, who's playing with 4 personal fouls. He has 9 points on the night and maintains Norton within a 1-point deficit here. Three-man passing game there. Driving to the hoop is Maccabee. Can't get the shot to fall, but he'll head to the line for a pair.
And the big question is, Engelbert with the foul. That's his third.
Maccabee, the first free throw on the way and good. He has 6 points on the night. And that's his 7th point of the night. 38-35. Smith Center lead is 3. 7:15 left in the ball game.
So Wilson playing with 4, Jorgensen with 4. I'm not sure about Lewis. He may only have 3, but there's a lot of foul problems there in the interior.
Katz looks for the 3. He'll drive inside, kicks it back out. Long range 3 is up, off the iron, and no good. Out of bounds. Brian Juneman with the miss. Katz tried to chase it down, couldn't get there in time. Smith Center basketball, they lead by 3 with 6:50 left in the ball game. 6 team fouls on Norton, only 4 team fouls on Smith Center at this point. Wilson, the spin around, it's going to fall short, maybe a little hand on the basketball. Norton comes away with the rebound here.
Wilson actually went in with his right hand that time.
As Katz drives to the hole and doesn't hit the shot, but to the line for 2.
And it'll be a shooting foul for Logan.
And the first shot is up and good for Logan. 6 points on the night for Katz.
Wincheffel back in for Tate Arnold, who gets a nice round of applause from the Smith Center folks in attendance. He's worked very hard defensively tonight.
Katz, a good trip to the line there. 7 points on the night now for him. Smith Center lead is 38-37. 6.5 left in the ball game. Jared Hayes drives inside the paint, kicks it back out, spotting up for three. In and out of the rim, no good. Goes out of bounds off of Wolf.
All alone that time was Wincheffel. He had maybe too much time to think about it. The rebound went off the hands of Blake Wolf, couldn't control it.
6:19 left in the ball game, 38-37. Smith Center leads, and the score stays that way. The lay-in does not fall.
Mockabee with a strong move to the bucket, did everything right. The ball just wouldn't fall for him.
He'll try to dish it inside. Shot is up and no good, but with his own rebound, Nick Lewis kicks it up top of the key. Katz will drive right side. Around a screen, off the glass, no good. Another offensive rebound.
Norton getting some good looks, just not knocking anything down right now.
38-37, Smith Center leads, 5:40 left in the ball game. Wolf to Katz. Smith Center very big and physical inside. Norton having a hard time getting it anywhere inside the paint.
Mockabee doing a good job of fronting Nick Lewis, and they're really banging around in there. Jared Engelbert can't get open on the outside.
They try to feed it to Lewis, and he will draw a foul, perhaps maybe on Mockabee. Only the first personal on Mockabee.
He's missed out on the foul bonanza so far.
The inbound. Up with the shot and no good. Smith Center comes away with the basketball. Their lead is 38-37 as we approach the 5-minute mark in this ball game. 16 fouls apiece. So fouls from now on will head to the line for a bonus.
Nick Lewis gets the foul, maybe. And now he does have 4.
So with just under 5 minutes left here.
So Braden Wilson at the free throw line, he has 4 personal fouls.
Shot is up and no good.
Both Jorgensen and Lewis for Norton with 4.
Spotting up from right inside the three-point line. Shot is up and no good for Juneman. Here's Hazy. Nice dish inside to Wilson. There's that left-handed shot. It's up and no good. Norton comes away with the loose ball here. Spin move by Katz. Oh, wow. Nice little move to the hoop by Juneman. Cannot finish the shot, though. 38-37 remains your score here with 4:15 left in the game. Smith Center a 1-point lead. Here's Wilson. Double teamed. Back out to Wincheffel. Smith Center, their big guys around the perimeter here. Mockabee to Hayes. Hayes fires and misses.
Whoa!
Flying high, Mockabee came into the paint over the top of Nick Lewis.
That'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity, as that's now team foul number 7 against Smith Center.
Tate Arnold checks into the ball game for Drew Joy for Smith Center. So substitution for Norton. Blake Wolf will take a seat. Preston Herman comes in. Herman had 6 points in the third period. First one on the way. It's good. Lewis, 6 points on the night. Sets up, delivers, and good. And he'll take a quick break here as Wes Jorgensen checks back into the ball game for him. Jorgensen with 9 points on the night.
A little token full court pressure look by the Blue Jays, something we haven't seen much of tonight.
Their lead is 39-38. Norton up. 3:45 left in the ball game. MCL championship on the line. Win shuffle. Dishes inside to Wilson. High off the glass and good. Wilson, a pretty impressive low post game. He has 16 points on the night. 40-39. Smith Center leads by 1. 3.5 left in the ball game. Oh, driving inside off the glass. It's up and no good for Cats. Cats pressures Hayes a little bit as he crosses the timeline. Smith Center runs the offense here. Audition side. Wilson again. Left hand is good.
Doesn't matter, right-handed, left-handed, either one. He looks good. He's got very nice touch around the basket.
The Braden Wilson show continues. He has 18 on the night. Cats loses a handle on the basketball as he drives to the hoop. 42-39. Smith Center leads. 2:40 left here in the ball game.
Rather large possession at this point in the game as the clock's winding down. Smith Center wants to look for something good, maybe try to work on the interior of the Blue Jay defense, pick up another foul.
Both teams with 7 team fouls. So it is bonus time for both teams. Windshuffle spots up for 3 from the top of the key. Bounces, gets the lucky bounce.
So much for going inside.
6 points on the night for Windshuffle. Norton tries to feed it inside, and oh, there's a foul on Wilson. I think that is number 5.
Yeah, and that gets a little bit of energy from the Norton crowd.
Unofficial stat, but 18 points on the night for Wilson as he fouls out of the MCL championship ball game here.
And that's big on both sides of the ball. He's an awfully good defender in the paint as well, besides being probably the premier scoring threat for the Redmen.
Drew Joy checks into the ball game for Wilson, who again finished with 18. Preston Herman at the line. Up and no good. 45-39 your score. 2:08 left in this ball game. Loose ball foul here. A little push underneath the basket. Nick Lewis checks in for Preston Herman. First free throw on the way is good. And good again for Mocker.
8-point lead now for the Redmen as we entered the 2-minute mark of the game.
And carrying the basketball, the Blue Jays turn it over. Smith Center going to try to start pulling away with this basketball game. 47-39. Exactly 2 minutes left here in the championship game. Pressure on the inbounds, taking a while. Huckabee stolen away. Loose ball on the floor. Out of bounds, possession, Smith Center. Only burned about 3 seconds off the clock that time.
The Redmen a minute 55 away from winning their first league tournament championship since 1992. And now a foul on Jared Engelbert. And it'll put the Redmen back at the foul line. Joe is it Windshuffle or Tate? Windshuffle.
Fourth personal foul on Engelbert. (47-39). Make it 48-39.
Redmen doing a nice job of doing taking care of business down the stretch at the free throw line. They're now 11 out of 15 there and very solid here in the fourth quarter.
Shuffle now with 5 points in the fourth period, 8 overall. Norton dishes it down inside right away to Jorgensen. Easy lay-in. 11 points on the night. And draws the Blue Jays back to within 8 with 1:45 left in the ballgame, 49-41.
Well, the Blue Jays aren't dead yet. They're just simply on life support. They have 1:47 left and need to come up with some quick turnovers if they want to get back into the ball game. But, you know, with a couple of three-point shots, you could do that fairly quickly. But the thing that Smith Center's going to want to do is try to get some separation and get some space, not allow the Blue Jays to create turnovers or maybe force them to foul. They've done a nice job of taking care of business, as we just mentioned, at the free throw line, and that's what they'd like to do is, at the very least, get a parade to the free throw line to close this thing out.
Jared Engelbert now playing with 4 personal fouls. 9 team fouls on Norton, 8 for Smith Center. So could definitely come into play here in the final minute and a half or so.
Nick Lewis playing with 4 as well for Norton. They're going to put the full court press on.
Pressure on the inbounds. Foul against
Jared Cox, I believe, for the Blue Jays, and wind shuffle back to the line.
49-41 your score. Smith Center hanging on to an 8-point lead. Chance to make it a 9-point lead. Nine points on the night now for Windshuffle. Chance to go into double digits. And he does so. Also a double-digit lead now. 10-point lead for Smith Center. 1:45 left. 51-41. Redmen on top. Engelbert, 3-point shot. Quick on the trigger, it falls short. Traveling as he comes down with the loose ball. Maccabee. Norton gets a second chance here. Katz with the inbound, finds Engelbert. Dishes inside Lewis. Spin around. It's up and no good. Rebound Maccabee. Right up the floor to Hayes. Hayes pushes with his left hand. Draws the foul off Logan Katz. Now Hayes will head to the line. Time to start icing the ball game with free throws here. Third personal on Katz. Hayes at the line.
And once again, Smith Center doing a very nice job down the stretch, hitting free throws, just taking any life the Blue Jays may have had right out of them.
And that's 10 points now for Jared Hayes, the 6-foot junior.
Unofficially 16 out of 20 now from the foul line for Smith Center.
Norton, quick trigger. Logan Katz, 3-point land. It's up and no good. 53-41, 1:15 left. You can see Smith Center starting to hold on to this lead here now. Kind of as slow-paced of a ball game as this has been. Fairly high score for it. Very defensive ball game, very physical down low. Reflected in some of the early foul trouble. As Norton steals it away, Logan Katz with 1 minute left. Down by 12. Have to get something going quick here. Shot off the glass is up and no good for Norton. Just cannot get the shots to fall here in the fourth period. Smith Center, 53-41 with 50 seconds left. Norton definitely needs to start fouling here if they want to start chipping away at this. And we do finally have a foul call at the top of the key as Lewis fouls Maccabee.
And that'll be it for his evening. He'll conclude his eligibility for the night.
And checking in will be Jorgensen. Lewis finishes with 7 points tonight.
Came into the game as the leading scorer for the Blue Jays, averaging 14 points, and Smith Center did a nice job of containing him this evening.
Maccabee's first free throw is good. And good there as well. So they're going to ice this with free throws tonight. 11 points now for Maccabee on the night. Cats all the way up the floor from the free throw line. Little hanging jumper is up and no good. Maybe a little frustration foul right there as he tries to tie up with Jared Hayes. And Hayes will get to go to the line for a pair of free throws here. That is 4 fouls on Logan Katz. We'll see a couple other faces come in for Smith Center here in just a second in front of the scores table. Hayes hits the first of 2 here.
Well, I don't know if Coach Maxwell's worked on free throw shooting this last week or so, but they're sure shooting very well from the foul line tonight. He has to be very pleased with that. Over 80% from the stripe.
Matt Seaman and Brayton Gillen check into the ball game for the Redmen. Hayes hits his second free throw. 57-41, just under 30 seconds left here at Gross Memorial Coliseum. The Smith Center Redmen are going to win the MCL championship here.
First time in, 15 years or so, since 1992. So a big night for the Redmen and the host team of the tournament this year, so that worked out very nicely for them. Quite an honor.
Only 23 seconds left until this one's official. 57-41. Norton maybe a chance to tack on just a couple more points here. Cats off the screen, goes left. Up for 3, hard off the back of the rim, no good. 12, 11, 10 seconds left. Smith Center will hold on as their fans rise to their feet in salute of their Smith Center Redmen, the 2007 MCL champions. There you have it, the Smith Center Redmen, a final score of 57-41. Smith Center comes out with a huge fourth period here, ends up with the win and the 2007 MCL championship. We'll be back in just a moment to take a look at some post-game stats and kind of a little bit of analysis of how this game turned out. You're watching MCL Championship Basketball on Next Tech Cable Television.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
And welcome back to Gross Memorial Coliseum, where the Norton Blue Jays are receiving their second place medals here in the MCL championship game tonight. The final score, Smith Center defeats the Blue Jays from Norton 57-41. And a fourth period that really saw Smith Center pull away with this basketball game. I'm just kind of looking at some of the scoring from the different quarters here. Smith Center outscoring Norton 23-8 in the fourth period. Taking a look at some individual stats for Norton. 11 points for Jorgensen, 9 for Engelbert, 7 apiece for Lewis and Katz, 6 for Herman, 1 for Cox. Let the presentation go here.
15, Trevor Carroll. 22, Brady Wilson. 30, Matt Seaman. Number 33, Caleb Mace. 41, Joe Winchapel. 42, Brady Gillen. And 51, Jared Maccabee. We thank everybody for coming out and supporting your respective teams, and also thank you for support of the Mid-Continent League. Please drive home safely. Good night.
That is head coach Matt Maxwell. Smith Center Redmen, who are your 2007 MCL champions tonight. Individual player stats for Smith Center. Leading all scorers was Wilson with 18, 12 points for Hayes, 10 for Wincheffel, 11 for Mockabee, 3 for Gillen. So only five players scoring, actually 6. Joy had 1 point in the second period. So pretty concentrated scoring for the Smith Center Redmen. And team stats, Steve, what did it look like there?
Well, the Redmen dominated, and basically they dominated the fourth quarter, which was the ball game. It was a 1-point game as we entered the fourth quarter, and shot well from the field, but particularly the foul line. Ended up shooting 83% on the night on 20 of 24 free throw shooting for Smith Center. Norton 10 out of 16 from the line, respectable, but they didn't get there enough, 63%. From the field, Smith Center respectable, 40% shooting, 16 out of 40. Norton ice cold, really, 14 out of 46, 30%. Rebounding, Smith Center got the better of it there, 25 to 18. And turnovers pretty much even, 16 for Smith Center, 18 for Norton. But Smith Center, your champs for the 2007 Mid-Continent League Tournament.
I want to congratulate both the Smith Center Redmen for winning the boys championship this year, and also the Lady Railers from Ellis for winning the MCL girls championship earlier tonight against Osborne. For our camera crew here and all of our help, Jason Pearson, our technical director, Ivan Sanders, Steve Hers, this is Neil Metzler thanking you for watching MCL Championship Basketball on Next Tech Cable Television.
You've been watching Mid-Continent League Basketball, brought to you by Rural Telephone and Next-Tech. To purchase a $20 DVD copy of tonight's game, contact any Rural Telephone or Next-Tech office. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast of the Mid-Continent League Basketball Championship.